Welcome to CWI and welcome to this Connecting with Ideas course. I wanted to give you a tour of my Blackboard shell because one, you're probably unfamiliar with Blackboard, and two, even if you are familiar with Blackboard, you may not know how I set my courses up. So here we go. When you first click on the course in Blackboard, and let me go ahead and back that up, when you first log into Blackboard, you're going to see all of your courses over here. Now, these are my courses, they're not yours. You're going to see announcements over here, and then you're also going to find some good information over here, and down at the bottom there's a technical help button. So if I suggest that you submit a help desk ticket, this is where you would do it. So let's go back up and let's go ahead and click on the Connecting with Ideas or CWID class that you're enrolled in, and the first thing that you're going to see is an announcement page. Now, I haven't opened the course yet, so there's no announcements, but eventually you will see announcements here. I will also send them out as emails, and so you'll see them that way. Below announcements here, you're going to see faculty information, so let's go ahead and click on that. And here you can see a picture of me. You can see where my office locations are, when and where my office hours are, and also any, some side information about me. Below that, we have the syllabus and schedule. Now in here, the first thing you're going to see is the detailed schedule. For whatever reason, this always ends up being, for one, very small and off to the side. So I tend to click on this small box and open up the schedule in a new tab, and you can see the detailed schedule. So this has the dates for the week, topics covered, and then when the assignments are due. So they may be due on Monday or on Wednesday, and they're all due by 11:59 p.m. I would strongly suggest doing them earlier. Murphy's Law says that if you wait until the last half hour before the assignment is due, your computer's going to blow up. Okay, let's go back over to Blackboard. Below the detailed schedule, you'll find the schedule, or you will find the syllabus for this course. You'll want to read through that. This has an awful lot of information that will answer most of your questions. It is also a contract between me and you. And then there's the CWI institutional syllabus. And you'll also want to go through the schedule and the two syllabuses, or it's more properly called syllabi, because there will be a quiz on it. Now over here is the link that you will probably be using the most. It's the lectures and assignments. So let's go ahead and click on that. So the first thing you're going to see is the week 1 folder. I have the date and I have what you're going to find inside. So let's go ahead and click on that. And you will see a bunch of items that are in order of how I want you to read them. Now you can scroll down to the assignments. I have the assignments intermingled with what I call lecture elements. So for example, I consider this a lecture element. Other than this video, I can't tell you what I want you to get from these assignments. So this is generally where I'll tell you that. The next document is always going to be the assignments for the week. So you'll see a summary of what's going to be the assignments for this week, and then we have the objectives, some details, and then some due dates. Below that, once I get this tour done, you'll find the tour for the Blackboard site, and then we go through and there's some what I call lecture elements. Oh, and here's an assignment. So you click on this, I'll have directions for it. So like I said, it's best if you go through these in order, but if you start reading things, you go do something else, you can always scroll down to where you were before. Now below that is a link called the signature assignment. In the lecture elements for week 1, I have more information about the signature assignment, but I wanted you to get a look. So if you go in here, you have resources, some information about the portfolio, how to make one, all of that good stuff, and then I have your first signature assignment. So there's more directions in lectures and assignments, week 1 folder. Over here in my grades, you're going to see all of your grades. So if you look here, we have the discussion board. You can see that it's 43 points. There's a dash because I haven't done anything. Once I submit something to the discussion boards, you're going to see a box with a check mark in it, or sometimes it's an exclamation point. That means that I, the instructor, need to grade it, but you have successfully submitted it. Once I grade it, you're going to see your score there. Now, with the syllabus quiz, Blackboard grades it, so you should see a score there immediately. In the discussion board, if you want to take a look at the rubric, you can click on that. You can see what I expect. And if you click on either the score or the title after you've gotten your points, you can see comments that I have. Then once you start doing assignments, you're going to see a points total. I don't do a weighted total. That'll be moved down to the bottom eventually, but that lets you know what you're, how you're doing in the course. Now down here is the course evaluation. We'll talk more about that later. Over here we have tools and we have student resources. Let's go ahead and click on student resources. We have all sorts of good information here. We have information about Americans with Disabilities Act. We have a user guide to Blackboard. We have directions on how to schedule a test at CWI. We have all sorts of good information here, so I would definitely go in and click on that. You'll also find some good stuff in tools. So you can go directly to some of these things, but personally, I've put everything in the folder in the order you need to see it, so you don't need to worry about that too much. Well, that's it. Let me know if you have any questions about this. I'm happy to answer them.